Paper Mario Color Splash has come out with another trailer for us to see, and surprisingly, the 3 minutes give us a lot of more information about the game, alongside the Rescue 5 episodic series. And I'll try to keep things less opinionated this time. Besides, the trailer kinda raises my spirits. So with that in mind, what's up guys, it's Daz here, but you don't really care. Let's get on with it. The trailer starts off pretty much the same as the previous, though we do see one whole new shot from the opening cutscene. Woo! Additionally, we get to see a flashback from when disaster first supposedly struck Prism Island. We firstly see the main area being bombarded with Shy Guys who decide to suck random parts of the walls. Okay. We can also see that they have no regard for any local toads in the area. And finally, that all the paint stars were in their original place surrounding the well-like thing. But wait, do you see that slightly cut off black figure? I wonder who it is. Well, next new scene we see Mario with a spooky area where he uses his hammer to hit one of the lifted flames to interact with it, causing something. Probably opens up the path up ahead or something. And while we're here, take note of Mario's health, as I'll be referring back to it later. Next we see Mario running further to the right. Now it may seem to be connected to the previous scene, but I assure you it's not. I'll prove that later on as well. Behind the waterfall we see a silhouette. Also here's a save block in action, moving with a quite low frame rate. And here's a clip of Volcano Land. Now the dragon enemy over to the right has actually appeared in another Mario game. Coming from Captain Toad's treasure tracker is Dragodon. Here he is breathing fire towards Mario. We'll get back to him in a mo. It's Prism Island, now coming with some kind of mail shop. Here's the beach, the parasols are platforms. Here's a wooded area, taking elements from Super Mario Bros. 3's Giant Land. Everything in this clip is enlarged. Back to the spooky area, and we now get to see that Boos and Dry Bones do make a reappearance. And more to that, the Boo seen here seems to be part of a large collection of them, making them slightly harder to fight in battle, as can be seen by how there seems to be multiple Boos behind him. And here's a Skull Cave. It's likely that the other spooky area clips will have taken place within this cave. The Boo to the left also shows the difference within the right Boo, as that one does not come as part of a crowd. And finally, can anyone work out just how the first two enemies were confused? Perhaps Mario just got out of their sight somehow, or maybe he's actually doing something possibly item related? I don't know, why are they confused? My god, the whole tower has lost its colour! Is it the home of this clip by chance? Here are the Yellow Toad Squad from the Rescue Squad 5. 11 yellow toads and their squad leader, Yellow, together work with Mario to pull a massive turnip out of a massive warp pipe. Again, still taking place in the wooded area. They even yank out the pipe entrance itself, but it's probably still usable. Here's Desert Land. You have crates, barrels and another pipe. And a strong gust of wind apparently. Well, into the pit he goes. Perhaps those Shy Guys and Sniffit up there had something to do with it. Scenes we've seen before. Big Goomba chase. Dragodon! Somewhere along the lines, a pan drops on his head, causing the bump which allows you to ride on his head and use him as a vehicle. Next clip, Mario's on a train, running from the spanners of a bunch of rocky wrenches. Still in Trainland, as hinted by the hand car and track down below, we see Mario pushed along a rubbish line? Is it rubbish? Coal? I'm not too sure, but I do know there's a toad there and a poster there, which is slightly blanked out. I'm smart, I know. To get to the end of this level here, Mario must roll in his little ball of land over spikes while avoiding balls of lava? Smoke? Balls. Back to Spooky Land with haunted furniture in a room. Someone call Luigi. Here comes Factory Land with Mario confronting a crowd of Shy Guys and a Sniffit by breaking down a fence. Here's Desert Land with Mario running away from a giant Chain Chomp. A female Chain Chomp. Is that new? Is that a new character? A new enemy even? Here's a clip of colouring that damn house again. Here's some colour correction in Trainland with a guest appearance from a local ninja. In fact, this area looks to be just in front of the Rocky Wrench clip, and this is possibly the same hand car seen before. Now to Harbour Land with swimming Sniffits, bloopers and talking Shy Guys, truly a land of madness. Now, Gymland? Alrighty then. Either way, we have Shy Guys and the Blue Squad here, a blue Sniffit and a hidden warp pipe within the locker. Bye. Here's more of Spooky Land. The colour scheme matches up at least, and you can colour in blank people. Whoa. Here's Canada Land. Hitting this log makes it a bridge to get you across the gap. Back to the beach, and ghostly blocks indicate that you can paint them to reveal some hidden platforms. Here's a wacky warp pipe. Now we see a rope to create an elevator and a locked gate somewhere underground. Whatever's beyond, only Sniffits are supposed to get there, I suppose. Here's that clip again. Here's that clip again. From this we can see some slurp guys, as they're called, will be actively sucking when out in the open. We know how battles are done, so let's just skip over this part of the trailer. That being said, here's a Pokey. Sandy. And some swoops within a cave. This is almost certainly the same cave as seen in the previous trailer, but I don't think this is in Spooky Land, even though the colours match up at least here. Bloopers in Harborland seen here. Here's a Koopa assistant, gotten from the card that revolutionises the battle system of the entire Paper Mario series. Apparently. He has a new frame in his hiding animation. Use him to defeat the other enemies. It's like having Koops back. Things make you overpowered, but hey, now we know there's some Spikes and Hammer Bros. My god, it's Iggy! He's on a chariot! Well, he was. In case you were wondering, the Chain Chomp is summoned by throwing the bone thing. This was shown in episode 4 of the Rescue 5 series, but I think I'll cover them in another video. Here's a new thing. Lemons. They throw enemies into a kitchen in Reality Land and proceed to squirt at them from above. Apparently that really hurt. Well, I guess it would in your eyes, but whatever. The battery thing comes with a new sound effect, or I guess voice. Here's the hammer thing in use, for some reason taking place just outside of some busy city to be witnessed by the full moon. Alrighty then, how romantic. And the hairdryer thing, baking enemies in an even drier desert. Back to gameplay, and here's Beachland with Cheep Cheeps. Here's the scene just after the rolling up sequence. Apparently to progress you must hit the hammer against the inside of this tree, with the coins being your only indication to do so. Alright, not sure if I would have gathered that, but hey, there's not much to interact with here, so I guess I'll do it eventually. I guess that puzzle makes sense. There's a hole in Canada Land holding a ritual of slurp guys. I knew it. Welcome to Tiny Land, the opposite of Giant Land in the wooded area. Here's a bunch of tiny Goombas. And we've seen this massive coin before. Canada Land don't know how to build slopes. More ball rolling with Mario in this ruinsy area. Bloopers ambush you in the spooky harbour. Here's the cave we saw from earlier, now revealing the location of the lemon thing, as well as showing the green squad. Hit the bridge to use as a seesaw to rescue the rescue toad. Also, that's what looks to be foil to the right. Mario gets beaten by meat. Spooky-ish indoor area shows silhouette curtains and a scared toad. Also, are we just gonna skip over the meat beating? Here's a bottle opening thing, opening a bottle. With a toad to the right, and what is probably part of the paint star to the left, the bottle unleashes coins and possibly a platform. Here's a Cheep Cheep shooting minigame. Here's a Toad Shuffle minigame. And here's what got people excited. Here is a Super Mario Bros. Themed level, turned Paper Mario-esque through the main mechanic of Super Paper Mario. 2D becomes 3D, though the Goomba stays 8-bit and doesn't turn to paper. And a timer for 10 seconds also appears in the top right hand corner, again harkening to Super Paper Mario's limited 3D time. Here's what I expect to be the final area, Bowser's Lair, with an oil dispenser fueling Bonsai Bills. Wait, Bowser? My god, Bowser's the main villain of this game, using the power of black paint, which looks like oil to me. But what's this? Up in a frame behind him is a blanked out silhouette of Princess Peach. She's gotten stolen. Innovation. Well, here's an exploding bucket airship, and that's how the tower gets colored. Wow, what a spoiler. I mean, really. Well, that's the newest trailer for Paper Mario Color Splash. It actually kinda interests me a little, but there's still a little more to talk about. So let's talk about chronological order. When getting a paint star to its rightful place, you are given a boost in HP, so we can deduct somewhat what order each area comes in, assuming the player didn't go out of their way to screw with the order by going to the worlds in the wrong order like you couldn't stick a star. So, either way, if they didn't do that, the order is: at 50 HP we have these clips, 75 we have these, 100 we have these ones, 125 HP with these, 150 for these few, and lastly 175 HP here. And this hopefully confirms quite a few things for us. Don't worry, I didn't go too fast through that. I'm going to break it down so you'll see it properly. So firstly, and obviously, Generic Land is the first sort of environment Mario faces at 50 HP. On top of that, Beachland isn't too far off, as we've seen this to be near the hub level anyway, so they practically act as the same part of the hub world too. The other two clips are a little more interesting, one of which shows the cutter clip of Mario jumping over a random gap. Now earlier I mentioned that this could have been taking place within the blank tower, and this mini theory could actually be continued through seeing the ending of the tower section. A bucket of red paint is splattered all over it. Red, the colour Mario is specifically trying to recover in the first section of the world. You can even see it being in the red section of the world map, right? I really hope that's the right tower I see there. And finally, oddly enough, the spooky cave section here has Mario at 50 HP. Both clips which I suggested were in the same location were also at 50 HP, confirming my guess. But this also proves that the spooky scene seen before is not directly connected to it, as there we can see Mario is running around with 125 HP. Other Spooky Land clips are also at higher levels, basically proving that this cave section is not in fact in Spooky Land, and is instead in the early level of the spooky section. The purple section? I don't know, a colorblind fan is not really the best kind of fan for this kind of game. Kinda. Moving on, we see Mario running around with 75 HP in a good chunk of places. Now the main land and generic lands are somewhat to be expected, though the others show quite a variety in elements among them. Now while it is possible that there are elements of other worlds somewhere in this compilation, I think it's also fair to say that some of these are from the same world, the desert world. Take a look. We have the Chain Chomp clip, which looks like an outsidey desert land, a ruinsy type area with bull rolling, and a lava area with more bull rolling. I think these three at least are all connected in one world, with the lava section just being the ends of the ruins that Mario runs in, if that makes sense. It's also quite possible that the Swoop Cave is another section of this desert. It's just in a cave somewhere in the world. What does confuse me though is the prevalence of Canada Land and Curtain Land. So other than the idea that they're from different worlds, it could be possible that Canada Land is the first level in the desert world and acts as a bridge between that and a more woodlandy world. And the curtain level could again just be another section of the ruins. It looks kinda ruinsy to me, but I didn't see anything that directly connects it to anything else we've seen. The lantern doesn't show up anywhere else in this trailer at least, as far as I'm aware. Maybe it appears in the last one. 25 HP later and we see once again the Beachland, no surprises there. But we also see multiple clips of the Woodland, making it pretty clear that it comes next somewhat. 100 HP is also where Mario sits at the gym, but I expect this is again part of the mainland or the hub world. This is the same explanation I'm giving for why the harbour is here at this point too. They're all from more central levels, so it all intertwines a bit really. Now 125 HP has a clear theme with it. Spooky, or ghostly, whichever you prefer. Now with the clips we see, looks like a clear chronology can be gathered. Mario starts his journey in this direction from the harbour, where he finds a ship. The ship then takes him through a minigame and onto Spooky Harbour Land, where he's ambushed by bloopers. He does not end up in this cave, the HP doesn't match up here, but he does progress further into Spooky Land with skull caves and carpeted hallways, and somewhere further in this direction is the next paint star. My guess is Wendy's there. And now 150. Things get a tad dicey here as there are some oddballs all around. So the easy answer first of all is that Trainland comes next. All the train related clips have 150 HP in the corner. Additionally, this underground scene also does too, implying it's part of this world. And I guess the gate to the right kind of fits the theme here too, I guess. But here are the odd ones. The Pokey clip here. Looks like something out of Desert Land, but apparently not. It's just sandy. And hey, the train line could just be abandoned and sandy in this game, it's possible. Then we have Tiny Land, which you would have thought would go hand in hand with Giant Land and Woodland, but nope. Maybe it's just a later level and Mario chose to come here later or something, I don't know. And finally, the meat scene. No real context. Go to a train and get beat by meat? I don't know, but it's there. And also now that I think about it, maybe if Mario gets in a train and there's a train sequence, that could also link to Curtain Land, but hey, it's all up in the air at the moment. And finally, the highest amount of HP Mario has been seen within this trailer, 175 HP, showing up in that fascinating Super Mario Bros. 3 clip. This suggests it occurs way later in the game. And from here, I expect there's only one more HP boost left getting Mario up to 200 HP, where he takes on Bowser's Lair with black paint spewing everywhere. The maths even add up. 6 paint stars, 6 HP upgrades takes Mario from 50 HP at the start to 200 HP at the end. Anyway, that's about all I can muster. There's somewhat the chronological order of the world in Paper Mario Color Splash. Mainland, Desert Land, Woodland, Spookland, Trainland, Tribute Land, and Bowser's Lair. Tribute Land is likely Lava Land, as this is also the health Mario has when he's playing with Dragodon. And also, the main map shows Volcano Land, so there has to be something somewhat there. Also, Factory Land probably takes place somewhere in Bowser's Lair, if I had to guess. Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna end it off here. Let me know if there's anything you think I missed. Also, do be sure to check out my Twitter for any video updates or just want to get to know me more, at DazVideos. Otherwise, for now, my name's been Daz, you don't really care, and I'll see you in a bit.